Namaste again, and welcome to the second Anchor to Light meditation for Wednesday. So, before we start, let's ask for a blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual teachers, spiritual elders, holy masters, saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Twakok Sui Mahaguruji Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for wisdom, help, healing, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so I hope that you've joined us for an earlier session. We talk about the third eye, and just as a review, the third eye is not here, it's up here. Anyway, just go to the video. I uploaded a new version on Instagram because the recording earlier, Instagram was glitching, so I took a clear version and slapped it on Instagram so you can watch it, the ones who are there. Now, one thing to remember, let me just cover this as a side note. Again, the ones who have not seen it, have not studied it, go back to it. That's why we leave it there. So your study, your learning is continuous. Okay? So just want to emphasize the last part of the meditation where people say, oh, I want to wake up my third eye and want to see this, I want to see that, all that good stuff. All right? Let me just 1 second. Let me just make sure this thing is working. All right. Now, one thing to remember is something like this. No matter how open your eyes are, if you're sitting behind your windshield or windscreen and it's full of mud, I don't care how open your eyes are, you can't see anything outside. All right? So that windshield, that windscreen is your aura. And that's the part where people always forget to go, oh, I'm such an empath. I'm so sensitive. I sense and see everything. But that's why I'm always under psychic attack. It's possible, but to be very direct with you, at least the ones who come to me and say, oh, I'm such an empath. I feel everything. I see everything. That's why I'm so emotional. I go, okay, you can't blame me for everything on that. When was the last time you meditated? When was the last time you did some clearing? Exactly the point. So their aura is filled with thoughts and emotions. A lot of it is ours. A lot of it is, a lot of them are basically injected, by other people's opinions. So just imagine you're inside this clear bubble and have all these holograms, thoughts, and emotions like clouds, and you're right there in the middle. So when you open up your third eye, able to see energy, and you become very sensitive to energy, the first thing you're going to feel, see, sense is all the crap that's sitting in your aura. Yeah, that's why I noticed that once I got open, I was psychically attacked. Yeah, you're attacking yourself. Is that direct enough for you? I know some of you after this, I don't like the way he talks, he's too direct. Sayonara. I don't pull punches. That's the problem. That's why when I see people, they say, oh, I'm so sensitive. I don't say anything. And you go, okay, it's possible. They're very sensitive. Then I start to observe. Remember, the secret is observing. Observe. I know. They don't, by talking to them, finding out they don't do any spiritual practice. They don't do anything to clear their energy field. So you're combining sensitivity plus an aura that's loaded with stuff. You put the two together. Of course, the person doesn't have any inner peace. Every little thing, they get triggered. They watch the news. There's something not positive happens. Oh, well, this has nothing to do with you. But listen to this. As you watched it, you have an older thought form sitting in your aura that's similar to that negative thing you read. So this thing wakes up, and before you know, oh yeah, I read these things, all this crap, it's all this dirty, making my aura dirty. No, it was already dirty in the first place. I know, that doesn't sound nice. I know some people go, you're supposed to be kind. By lying to you and giving you all this flowery nonsense doesn't help you. What helps you is to get with it and say, oh, that means I have to clear out my old crap first. Exactly. Because until you clean it, opening your third eye is useless. In fact, opening your so-called third eye will just see all your crap and you'll be more upset. And since you didn't notice, you'll just blame other people. There's a reason. Listen carefully. There's a reason most people's third eye is not open to see the energy world yet. Emphasize on the word yet. You know why? Because if you cannot clean up your aura first, then all you're going to see is ugly stuff. So instead of moving along in your spiritual evolution, it makes you worse. So it was intentionally not opened until you match that opening with spiritual evolution. Spiritual evolution would involve what? Meditation, practicing kindness, breaking down, releasing negative thoughts, negative emotions, clear up the aura. So as that's happening and you become more sensitive, then you have a choice to tune into the higher frequencies. Make sense? That's when people say, I want to open up my third eye. I'm going, your life is a big fat mess. You want to open up your third eye and see? Good luck to you. You're going to need it. Sounds harsh, doesn't it? But that's the reality of it. That's why some of you are trying so hard. I want to see energy. Hello, buddy. Once you open that window, you open that door, you cannot control what you see. In that case, sometimes ignorance is bliss. So we're actually presenting several topics to you at the same time. One is the cleanliness of the aura. Number two, the opening of the third eye, which I would refer you to the earlier video. Number three, the spiritual evolution and the maturity of the soul in order to handle what they perceive. As I said, you open that window, you look out, are you mature enough to handle what you see? Do you have the hardware that has been upgraded with study and knowledge to be able to understand what you see? Imagine a little child witnessing some catastrophic event with no prior knowledge. The kid will freak out, they'll be traumatized. Now, compare that, if it's not a child, it's like an adult who has already seen life, ups and downs, see a catastrophic event, what happens? The reaction will be very different. Same thing. The maturity of the soul is connected to the time that you can perceive the higher worlds and the higher dimensions. That's why we study. We study. We study so we understand what governs the material world, right? That's why you go to school. You have chemistry, physics, mathematics, history, and all these things. You're learning about the earthly life. Esoteric study. Esoteric means internal or inside. Not really you go look inside. It means the inner world or the spiritual world. So by studying the energy world or the spiritual world, you're upgrading, right? You're upgrading yourself. As you upgrade your knowledge, what happens is you start to understand, oh, okay, when I see this, it means that. That's all. Okay? So the nice thing about this is as you're learning, it also helps you go deeper into your spiritual practice. You start to see, you start to understand. You see, you understand. That's why I keep going back to this, because it's the easiest way for me to explain it. Okay? In this tree of life, there's vertical bars and horizontal bars. The horizontal bars are complementary opposites. They complement. So this one is the Ajna chakra. This one is the forehead, the real third eye. So this is connected to intellect. This is connected to intuition. So you notice the bar going across. So the teaching there is intuition has to be balanced with the intellect. If you don't study, you're very, very sensitive. You see all this stuff, you have no clue what they're for. That's why when people say, yeah, I just downloaded. Okay, let's put it a certain way. You downloaded all this information from whatever website, but you can't read the language. Useless. Isn't it? How many times has it ever happened? You're doing meditation. Oh yeah, all these things like, oh, I learned so many things. By the time you talk to someone, I saw this light, I saw this lion, I saw this. And the person goes, yeah, that's amazing. The first thing the person is going to ask you is, what does it mean? Translation, useless. Let's compare. You've studied. You go, oh, the lion means courage. The eagle means skillfulness in action. The brilliant light means the spiritual energy is coming down my spiritual cord. And then since you understand, you go, okay, that's what came in. What am I going through? Oh, I do notice that there's certain situations in my life that I'm using fear as a way to stop me from moving forward. Oh, okay. Since that lion is a symbol of courage, that means the lesson the higher beings are telling me is I have to have courage. What's the eagle? Well, this situation is quite complicated. Oh, the eagle means skillfulness in action. That means I have to handle this in a very skillful way and with courage, and this thing will be fine. Boom, done. Why? Because you studied. That's why when people say, oh, I don't like to study because the mind gets in the way, you have it all wrong. Your perception of what the mind is totally incorrect. Most people, when they say they use their mind too much, oh, I overthink stuff. Nope. What it is, you allow the thoughts to control you. Thinking is the soul controlling the mind to process data. Completely different. Nobody ever said you have to be dumb to be spiritual. Think about it. Clear? Now, that said, to kind of connect it with today's lesson this morning, that's why I chose this one. Lao Tzu said, to become totally empty, quiet the restlessness of the mind, only then will you witness everything unfolding from emptiness. Okay? I'm sure when it was written in Chinese, some words were a little different, but the context is very simple. Become totally empty. Let's break it down. What do you mean by totally empty? If I ask all of you now, empty your mind, most of you, I'd say about 70, 80% of you will go, okay, I don't want to think of that. I don't think of that. I don't want to think of that. Before you know it, you're like fly swatting thoughts. I don't want to think of that, but the more I don't want to think about it, that jerk hurt my feelings. I don't want to think about that. But he's really a jerk, you know. True? That's what happens. Because most people don't understand what it means to quiet the mind. They think quiet the mind or emptying yourself is pushing things away, which doesn't work. You know why? It's very simple. Most of you already know this. Energy follows where you put your attention to. I know some people, yeah, I heard that energy follows thought. That's actually not accurate. Energy follows where you put your attention. You can put your attention with your thoughts. You can put your attention with your feeling. You could put your attention with your physical body. So let's make it simple. Energy follows where you put your attention to. Okay? So here's what happens. Let's say I want to push away a thought. It's as simple as this. I'll use this as a simple example. There's a mobile phone. I want to push it away. Now, we'll do it in slow motion. As I'm pushing this item towards that direction, that's the vector. Okay, you bunch of, geeks there. It's not called speed, it's called vector. Anyway, the velocity of it's a vector. That's the direction, okay? Now watch. As I'm pushing it in that direction, right? Oops. You can see. I'm pushing in that direction. I'm always going to be behind it. You realize that? As I'm pushing, I'm always going to be behind what I'm pushing. So here's what happens. As I keep pushing it, I'm also attached to it simultaneously. So the harder I push, the harder I have to push. So I'm always going to be attached to it. I'll give you a few seconds to process that. You go, I've been doing it all wrong. Yeah, exactly. I've been doing that for how many years? Until my teacher sat me down and said, you're doing it all wrong. You don't push the thoughts away. You focus on something else, so this thought starves. So if it's not starved, if it's not given attention and energy, it's starved, it disintegrates. Oh, yep. That's the easier way of quieting the mind. Otherwise, you're just fly swatting thoughts. And you go, finally. But I just remembered, man, that guy really hurt my feelings. He's a jerk. Boom. Before you know it, it's there again. So let's put the whole thing together. become totally empty. I'll talk about what empty is. Empty is not what you guys think. Become totally empty, quiet the restlessness of the mind. Only then will you witness everything from emptiness. That sounds like what the hell are you talking about? Okay, this is going to be a slightly longer lecture, so if you want to take a seat, relax. I want to really go into this in detail. First of all, when it says become totally empty, empty doesn't mean empty. I know some of you have heard about me talk about this, some of you are new, so let me just assume that you're new, and I'll start from scratch. Something like this. What you call empty space is not empty. Even if you take a box and you remove every atom out of it, it's not still a perfect vacuum. There are still fields. Let's just say energy fields. So the entire universe essentially is filled with fields. Okay? This super smart dude named something Higgs figured it out. That's why they name after it's called the Higgs Field. So, in other words, even if it's empty space, it's empty of matter, but not completely empty because there's still fields. Now, what's that got to do with you? We'll get there. Now, quiet the restlessness of the mind. You see, I said to you earlier, most people's perception of mind is actually not correct. That's why they cannot quiet it. What you call the mind, listen carefully, is actually a combination of the data that comes from your physical body, your emotional body, and your mental body. Just like you have a machine called the physical body, right? That you, the soul, move your body. Right? My arm is here. I move my arm. I move my arm. Arm is what's moved. The I is the mover. I feel happiness. I feel anger. I feel joy. What did I do? I felt these feelings. So the I, using this machine called the emotional astral body, created these feelings. Hear me out. I'm thinking of a car, thinking of a house. What are you doing? I am thinking. In other words, the I, using this process called thinking, created these thoughts about the house and the car. So what you call the mind is actually the data produced by the movement of the body, feelings, and thoughts. That's what most people call the mind. So put it together, it's your physical, astral, and mental bodies. So when people say, I cannot quiet my mind, it's because your body, emotions, and thoughts have a certain momentum. You know, inertia is going a certain way already. If you've given into emotion a lot, you give into thoughts a lot, you give into your body a lot, there's a certain inertia momentum. Let me make it simple. Let's say, I just pick one, chocolate ice cream. So that's a combination of what? I'm thinking of chocolate ice cream. Oh, I desire it. My physical body craves it. So that's it. That's the three. Okay? Listen carefully. So I've done that already. I've given in. I, the soul, allow the soul to indulge and let the physical body have that ice cream, desire it, and think about it all day long. So the pattern is already there. Are you with me so far? Now watch. As soon as my mind is clear, well, my mind's not thinking of anything, my body's not doing anything, I'm not feeling anything for anything, I'm just kind of chilling. And, the body gets hungry, or the body is like, or I see an ad of ice cream or food. That thought form that was created by the body, the emotion, and thoughts wakes up. Hey, you, don't you want chocolate ice cream? How many of those thoughts do we have? Thousands of them. That is what populates the aura. Make sense? So, here's what happens. If you do not recognize that you are not these thoughts, emotions, desires, and everything else, they control you. That's why most people cannot quiet their mind. because their body, their emotions, and the thoughts control the soul. That's it. So the question is, how do you empty it? Listen carefully. So become totally empty, quiet the restlessness of the mind, as in body, emotions, and thoughts. Shut up. Only then would you witness everything unfolding from emptiness. All right, stop typing. Listen. Listen. Because if you're typing, you cannot think. Listen first. Watch. Once I experience that, okay, this is the body. I'm using this battery like a hammer. It's a tool. These emotions are my tools. These thoughts are my tools. As I observe them, I know I'm not them. The observer cannot be what's being observed. Make sense? So at some point, the question is, who am I? Okay, I'm the soul, the spiritual self. What am I made of? Metal, plastic, wood? No, nothing. It's not physical. Exactly. So the soul is not matter. It doesn't have mass. Oh, so what is it? It's nothing. It's not a thing. Well, okay, since we already know everything in the universe, there's no such thing as pure emptiness, no vacuum. So if I'm not matter, what am I? Pure energy. Are you talking about these fieldy things that in the universe? Exactly. That nothing. So the soul is nothing, not a thing. So once you experience yourself not a thing, you experience that emptiness of matter. You go back to who you are, which is the spiritual self and the soul. From there, you observe everything unfolding outside of the eye. That's that. So when he says become totally empty, ordinary people who don't have that knowledge, what happens? Oh yeah, I need to quiet my mind. I need to chant. I need to do this. You missed the entire point. He does not mean empty as in a glass with no water. Empty means go into pure nothingness, which is your true nature. From there, you look outwards. Then the universe unfolds in front of you. That is that. And the bonus of that is once you go back to who you are, the stillness, the peace, once you open up your third eye, you get to see things as they are because your windshield or your windscreen, your bubble just got cleaned up. Now you can see things clearly. That's why they call it clairvoyance, clear seeing. Take your time. You might want to watch this video a few more times. Shall we meditate? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, personally to my teacher, Master Tokoksui Mahagujumain, we thank you for your immense blessings, your love, your light, your compassionate, purifying light, and soothing, healing energy. We thank you in full faith, so be it. All right, we'll go into, well, I'm not going to tell, we'll just do it. Otherwise, some of you, your mind might complain. Oh, it's too complicated. Oh, I've done that before. Whatever. Okay, so I won't tell you, we'll just do it. Okay, ready? All right. Left hand, tap your heart. Right hand, tap your crown. Put your attention on your heart and crown, maybe 80% on your crown, 20% on your heart. Repeat silently. Keep your tongue on your palate. I am that. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am that. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit, the divine spark in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Just be still Remember who you are. Remember your true essence. Just pure energy, pure light with no mass. Nothing. That is your center. Go deeper into your inner self. Just pure energy. No form, just pure light. And just say, I am that light. Pure love. I am that love. I am love. Pure energy and power. I am power. I am that being. I am that. I am. Be still. Just lower your hands. Maintain your awareness on your crown. Allow your awareness to drift above your crown, just like a light floating above your head. Just follow that light. Keep looking at that light. I am that. I am that light. I am that love. I am that power. I am that. I am. Just keep looking at that light as you rise higher and higher. Higher. Just keep observing it. Just look at that light. You're looking at your true self, a being of pure energy and light. And just say, I am that. It's getting brighter, brighter, expanding, 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 filling up the entire room. Past your room, getting brighter and brighter. You cannot see the edges. I am that. I am. The I am, that is me, is one with the I am in all. The I am in me is one with the I am in all. Your consciousness is expanding, expanding, brighter, brighter, wider, brighter, infinitely going in every direction. I am one with the universal ocean of consciousness. I am one with the universal ocean of light. I am one with the universal ocean of love. I am one with the universal ocean of power. I am that. I am. Be still. Let go. And just let things happen now. Let go. Let go. Gently, very slowly, come back to your body. Gently move your fingers, move your toes. Gently and slowly come back. Raise your hands in blessing. We'll release the excess energy. You generate a lot of energy. Let's share it with the people we love. Okay, start there. Just imagine all people you love in front of you. Fill them with beautiful golden light. Bless them with peace, with love. May they be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and spiritual oneness. So be it. Let that golden light spread to the city, the state, the country. Just bless the earth with it. We have all this energy shared with the world. If you know someone who's going through challenging times with their health, their finances, their relationships, fill them with golden light. So be it. Just visualize their lives turning around, getting better and better. Fill them with lots of golden light. Okay? Now be aware of your feet, the base of your spine. Put your golden light down into the earth. Fill the earth below you with golden light. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine power, divine light, divine love, divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. Remember, this is very, very important after meditation. As you bless the earth, the lower roots become bigger, you become more grounded. It's good for your finances. Not to mention, when you talk to people, you're not like floating all over the place. You're focused. May all be blessed, so be it. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokoksui Mahagu Jameli, thank you, thank you, thank you for your immense blessings. In full faith, so be it. All right, open your eyes. All right. If you experience stillness, let me know. If you experience expansion, like, man, that was weird. I was floating. I feel like I was being pulled out of my body. All those are basically your brain's ability to interpret that you're expanding energetically. Actually, you're not really expanding. What it is, if you put a drop of water into the ocean, the drop did not expand. It merged with the ocean. That's what you guys did. Now you have a better understanding of what it means to be totally empty. Quiet the restlessness of the mind, which we did. Only then you witness everything unfolding. In other words, a lot of you experience that stillness and you start experiencing things unfolding, expanding. As you do this over and over again, that unfolding doesn't only happen in your meditation. In your daily life, as you talk to people, you start noticing your awareness is wider. You start to understand what they're saying. You understand the connection of things. It's just you carry it to your daily life because it is what? Upgrading your hardware. That's that. Now, just remember, inner peace is priceless. I've seen a lot of people over the years, they try to experience that inner peace with this or with this or with that because they can't have it. They thought that trying to have that inner peace through these means will do it, and it always ends up in failure. Not realizing that inner peace and stillness is actually your nature. You, the soul, the spiritual self, experiences peace and stillness and bliss and expansion 24 hours a day. The problem is, imagine a light thrown and filled with mud, thinking the mud will make the light brighter. Doesn't work. So the soul, oftentimes, unless it's taught by spiritual teachings or have its own awakening, what happens? It's like a light that thinks, oh, I want to get brighter, so they put mud on top of it. I want to get brighter, put more mud on top of it. By putting stuff, they think they get brighter. It doesn't make it brighter. It actually makes things darker. Before you know it, the darkness envelops the soul. So when you do our meditation, we say, we're not the body, we're not the emotion, we're not the thoughts. Ooh, I'm the light. That's it. You see people on Instagram, on Facebook, oh yeah, they're showing they're in a party, they're drinking. Nothing here, go enjoy yourself. The question is, after all that partying is done and you're by yourself at your house, how's your consciousness? This is one of those, you come from a party, you come home, oh man, that was great. I get to see my friends, I had a great time. You sit there, go, all right, it was a good night. Okay, then you shower, whatever, you go to bed. Or is you come home after all that partying, you come home, you go, then that's a problem. The inner peace is in you. Don't look for it outside. Every time you look for it outside, it's temporary. So I hope that helps. Tonight was a more intensive lecture. I hope the meditation was good. And we will see you Friday for emotional healing for the morning session and prosperity healing for the evening session. And just a quick announcement for a lot of you who are new, we don't know this. All right, let me just show this very, very quickly. You were asking about the Tree of Life. I'm teaching that next weekend. Just go to mastercode.org. The prerequisite is self-pranic healing, so you'll understand how energy works this weekend with Chandan Parisawa, our top instructor. And you go to mastercode.org, the information is there. All right. Namaste, everyone. You all take care. I know some of you are still blissing out after that meditation. It's good. I hope you're happy. And please rewatch this video. We shared a lot of deeper teachings. I'm not taking credit for it. I learned it from my teacher. Don't think I know everything. Without my teacher, I know nothing. But I do my best to share as much of it with you. And any screw-ups and mistakes are mine, not his. Just want to put that disclaimer. Namaste. You all take care. God bless. And we will see you on